Welcome back, Gridiron fans. I'm your online host, Andrew Hohman, but we've got Patrick Klinger on desk to break down this Alex versus Zane Trace matchup. And you know, looking at these two teams, both won by 30-plus points last week. This week will probably be a little bit tougher. What are the keys to victory for Alex?
Well, you know, last week, Coach Penrod did a great job of spreading the wealth, taking the pressure off of Mason Chapman. He got the ball into the hands of guys like Trent Bradbury, AJ Marks, and Lucas Thompson, and they were working really well on offense last week. You know, 37 points, you can't do much better than that. But, you know, this week he was adamant that they have to eliminate their turnovers. You know, they had a fumble last week, just mishandled a snap. But if you're going to beat an undefeated team like Zane Trace, you can't have those sloppy turnovers. And defensively, you know, he was adamant once again that they can't give up those big plays. You know, Zane Trace has a lot of talent on that offense, and when they get into the red zone, he wants to hold them to 3 points rather than 6. And it's going to be fun to watch Mason Chapman at middle linebacker. That's going to be something you're going to want to look out for. He's got a little bit of an injury on that knee, and he didn't play last week at linebacker, but I think he's going to give it a go this time around. They're certainly going to need him.
You know, what we've seen is even when Mason Chapman isn't 100%, he is difficult to handle. So how will Zane Trace handle him, Patrick? And tell me, what are their keys if they want to come out on top?
Well, you know, they're just going to have to keep doing what they've been doing all season, 11-0. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Coach Dwayne Hall has a very complete team on his hands in Zane Trace. You know, offensively, they're a team that's going to pound you all the way down the field with backs like Truman Love, just getting all the way into the end zone. But defensively, they're very sound on defense. Last week, shutting down River Valley, a big old goose egg on the scoreboard. So, you know, they've got a lot of talent on offense and defense. It's definitely going to be a tough one for Alexander.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be tough for Alex. Zane Trace, they have had such a great season, but this game is going to be very tough for both of these teams. Pat, tell me, which team's going to come out on top?
That's such a tough question. You know, these teams are so close on paper. I mean, these teams match up perfectly with each other. They're both ground and pound teams with great defenses. You know, not a lot separates these teams. I'm going to give a slight edge to Zane Trace simply because no one has proven that they can beat them this year. But this is going to be a game that I think is going to be decided late in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a crazy one to watch. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a game you're not going to want to miss.
I can't wait to see what happens. Thanks a lot, Pat. Make sure that you go online and vote for Gridiron Glory Player of the Year this year. Mason Chapman from Alexander, he's one of the finalists, and so if he's your guy, go ahead and vote for him. For Patrick Klinger, I'm Andrew Hohman. Thanks for watching.